Let's talk about the Super Mario Bros. Franchise, or just the Mario franchise. I was never really clear on if just Mario was the official franchise name. Since it is clearly one of the most iconic, if not the most iconic, video game franchises, it holds a lot of weight in the minds of anybody who has ever held a video game controller. And since the franchise has been around since the 1980s and is still going strong today, there are many memorable characters that have tons of fans as a result. I mean, there are just way too many to pick from to call anyone's top favorite, like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Rosalina, Wario, Yoshi, Toad. Anyway, we all know the fan favorites, but with so many characters in the Mario universe from its long time existing, there are those ones that slip through the cracks that may have not really been necessary in the long run, as what happens with most long-lasting franchises. And since everyone talks about the popular guys, and despite the fact I like to cover positivity in my videos, I'll be looking at the unneeded characters in the Mario franchise.
But every character's necessary, especially the cute ones!
Oh yeah, Adorable Meter will be here to bring positivity to this list, and because she likes the cute things in Mario.
There are so many cute things in Mario.
And to note, just because a character is unneeded does not mean the character is always bad or poorly designed, always being the key word. It just means that they are additions that could have not existed and the franchise would likely still be the same. Also, every character does have a fan base somewhere, and I do understand that every character created does deserve some recognition. This is why I always cover positive aspects of something on these lists. Anyway, let's start the top 10 unneeded Mario characters. Number 10 is the Grand Goomba. The Goomba is one of the most iconic Mario enemies. He's the first enemy you see in the original Super Mario Bros., and as a result he's gained many cool spin-offs, like the Flying Goomba, the Bone Goomba, and even the Micro Goomba. But the Grand Goomba's only appeal is that he's an oversized Goomba. You step on him, he goes down like any other Goomba. Maybe in Super Mario 64 you couldn't use certain moves against him, but if you step on him he still withers away into nothingness.
He looks so disgruntled.
I am criticizing him, so...
He's fat.
Indeed. Anyway, sometimes you have to do a little more to defeat the Grand Goomba, but it's really not much of a hassle. Plus he's completely outclassed in size by another form of Goomba, the Mega Goomba, who you do have to step on a little more to fully defeat him, so really, the Grand Goomba's special attribute isn't that special. I guess he should be called the Bland Goomba. Oh, don't give me that look, you would have rolled your eyes at any pun I made. Number 9, the Walrus. He only appeared in one Mario game, and it was a spin-off, Super Princess Peach, where Mario and company are captured, and it's up to Princess Peach to rescue them using her parasol and her emotions. But that's not the point. The point is, we don't see that many new enemies throughout the game outside of the major bosses. We see the classic Goombas, Koopas, spiky guys. However, in a later level, we finally see a new enemy, the Walrus, who's a giant walrus. Well, at least I don't have to think too hard about what he is when I hear that name. He fights you by flailing his arms and staying in the exact same spot. Literally, he really can't hurt you. He emerges from underground, and even if you're standing right from where he emerges, he doesn't hurt you. The only way I've seen that he can hurt you is if you literally run into him. So he basically just exists so we can beat him up.
That's horrible. Aren't they endangered?
I don't think real-life walruses are endangered, but even if they were, this is the Walrus. It has 2 S's at the end. As I implied earlier, the creative team was likely taking a nap the day they named this guy. Number 8, the Piantas from the beginning of Super Mario Sunshine. While not all of them are bad, some of them send us mixed messages. First they invite us to the fabulous Island Delfino for a vacation, and then as soon as we get there, they arrest Mario, prosecute him, and then commit our protagonist to community service for polluting their island. Spoiler alert, he didn't do it. Also, the trial was quite unfair, and it seemed to only last a few minutes. Plus, the only time there was an objection to the main testimony, it was overruled. Not to mention, Princess Peach was Mario's lawyer, apparently. I wanted to see more of her legal knowledge, and you guys just overrule her? Peach, Ace Attorney, make it happen, Capcom, or Nintendo, or both. However, this makes it sound like they're needed for plot purposes and motivation for Mario, but that's precisely why they may not be necessary. When has plot ever mattered in a non-RPG Mario? I mean Super Mario Bros., rescue the princess. Super Mario Bros. 3, get the magic wands, help the kings, and then rescue the princess. Super Mario World, rescue the princess. And even though in Super Mario 3D World it was about rescuing fairies instead of the princess, it shows that Mario likes to help people. or rescue the princess. And in Super Mario Sunshine, he went and defeated that graffiti monster being unprovoked, I guess just because he likes to help people. Also, the princess was later captured by Bowser Jr. and Bowser, so he would have had plenty motivation without the Piantas bossing him around at the beginning. And arresting him, I guess that's more important than bossing him around. Number 7.
Hi, I'm Daisy.
Now, Daisy has been a long-standing character in the Mario franchise at this point, and I don't see her leaving anytime soon, especially that she's gained a bit of a fan base. However, let's look into her history on why she may have not been the most necessary character outside of her first appearance, which was in Super Mario Land, where Mario had to, say it with me now, rescue the princess. But this time, it wasn't Peach, it was Daisy that he had to rescue. This new face was the ruler of Sarasaland, which wasn't spoken about after Super Mario Land. And really, Daisy wasn't spoken about after Super Mario Land for about 8 years, until she was revived for Mario Tennis. Is it because we wanted a cool throwback that was underrated? No, it's because Peach needed a playing partner and Daisy fit the bill and was in a previous Mario game. Well, ain't that convenient? Anyway, after that, Daisy was redesigned to her more modern look, and now she's basically Peach's partner in Mario Party and all the other spin-off games. When you think about it, Mario Tennis saved Daisy from obscurity, since I don't think she was supposed to appear after Super Mario Land. I mean, look at the other characters that premiered in that game. When's the last time we saw this guy? Or this guy? Hell, even the Goombas in that game weren't called Goombas, they were called Goombos. And just like the Goombo to the Goomba, I think that Daisy was just supposed to be the alternate reality princess in this game. Daisy to Peach is basically Bizarro Superman to regular Superman.
Well, I guess Daisy's not that useful. She's like that poison with brown hair. Who's she again?
Roxy.
Yeah, that one.
It also doesn't help Daisy's case that Rosalina now exists, likely moving Daisy from 2nd to 3rd place on the Mario Princess popularity list, considering how much some fans love Rosalina.
She's the prettiest Mario princess I've ever seen. She looks just like Frozen.
You realize that Super Mario Galaxy did come out years before Frozen was created.
Frozen looks just like her.
Finally, Daisy gets a big ol' asterisk right here for the existence of Baby Daisy, who will not get her own spot in this list because it would basically be the same rant, just replace Daisy with Baby Daisy. In addition, I want to mention the reverse time paradox, where if Baby Daisy was never created, regular Daisy would still exist. However, if regular Daisy was never created, Baby Daisy would cease to exist. Weird. Number 6 is Slider Penguin, or Racing Penguin. He has a few names, I'm just gonna call him Slider Penguin. Penguins are awesome and adorable. You can't hate them. And that applies to almost every Mario penguin. Almost. This penguin is an exception to the rule, both personality-wise and gameplay-wise. And for this one, I'm gonna have a guest from another YouTube channel explain why this penguin may have not been needed.
Ooh, a guest? Is it me?
You're part of this channel.
Aww.
Anyway, to talk about Slider Penguin, here is AT from Software Agent Corp. Take it away.
Hey everybody, AT from Software Agents here. My first pick for this top 10 unneeded Mario characters is the Slider Penguin from Mario 64, Mario's first 3D adventure. This character's presence is notable for causing a difficulty spike during the early part of the game. In Mario 64, Mario's on a quest to save the princess. In order to do that, he needs 120 power stars. Everything is going hunky-dory until that Slider Penguin jerk shows up. The Slider Penguin challenges Mario to a race down a slide for one of the power stars. Now for starters, the Slider Penguin isn't one of Bowser's minions, so he has no good reason to not give Mario the power star. He's putting the well-being of the Mushroom Kingdom at risk in the name of competition. Now this wouldn't bother me if it weren't for the fact that he plays dirty. He tries to push you off the slide, which results in death, but if he catches you cheating, he chews you out for cheating, and you have to try all over again.
Mamma mia!
But penguins are so cute. It's not his fault if he's a little chubby.
No, he deliberately cheats. It has nothing to do with his size.
He's just a little big for the slide. It was just a little love tap.
Number 5. The Kings from Super Mario Bros. 3. We've never really seen the other major royalty in the main Mario games outside of the standard characters, so you'd think meeting the Kings would be a treat. Well, as soon as you beat the first level in anticipation of meeting royalty, you meet the first king, but apparently he was transformed into a dog by a Koopaling. So then you go to the enemy airship, beat the Koopaling, get the magic wand back, and the king is back to normal somehow before we bring the magic wand back to him, but who cares, he's back. And then we receive a thank you letter from the princess with a cryptic message and a free item. So you know what happens in the next 6 levels? The same thing, except usually the king is turned into a different monster and you get a different message and different item, but still, those kings just exist so we can rescue them. Sure, the levels were fun, it's Mario 3, it's a very fun game. But once all the kings are saved, then the princess is captured. Which is likely because you were rescuing all those kings when you could have been, I don't know, watching over the princess or defeating Bowser or whatever. Now, I love Mario 3 like everyone else. This has nothing to do with gameplay, but the kings really should have employed better bodyguards. And don't blame Toad, since he tried his best and the king should have known that one Toad can't stop an enemy that requires Mario to jump on it 3 times. Plus, we all know that Peach rules over them all anyway, and they haven't appeared since Mario 3, so it's as if they never existed anyway. Number 4. Metal Mario. The power-up in Super Mario 64 that makes Mario metal is cool, and the item in Smash Bros. Based off the power-up is equally cool. Who doesn't want to be made out of metal? You know, until you can't move because you need to be oiled. However, Metal Mario is a separate character, despite the fact this power-up was only regular Mario with metal powers, rather than another Mario somewhere being made of metal. When characters like Dr. Mario or Baby Mario appear as their own character, at least they were a main Mario in the game in which they appeared, so they had distinct personalities of Mario, but at different stages in his life. Oh, that medical stage. Good times. This would be different than if the standard Mario got some doctor-based power-up and then was his own character. Okay, throwing around the name Mario so much in this explanation is getting confusing. To cut this short, Metal Mario has never been his own distinct character, so he's more or less filler in the spin-off games, unless some evil Mario somewhere obtained the metal power-up and now can change back. Oh ho ho, and don't think I forgot about you, Pink Gold Peach. Number 3 is Waluigi. Hey, that rhymed. Waluigi was created for Mario Tennis on the N64 since Wario needed an official tennis partner. He's a parallel of Luigi as Wario is to Mario. Unlike Daisy though, he never existed before this game, so he kinda just appeared out of nowhere. However, just because he showed up in a spin-off game first doesn't mean he's useless. Wario has his own franchise, so Waluigi has plenty of reasons to act as Wario's accomplice. Did he appear in any Wario Land games? No? Well, those are just solo missions for Wario anyway. We can't forget about the WarioWare series. What do you do in those? Nothing. So he's only in spin-off games because Wario needs a partner. And that's why Waluigi isn't too necessary. Wario has a rather notable universe with characters that could have been used as his partner if Mario Tennis and subsequent games didn't come out as early as they did. I mean, let's look to see where he could have gotten possible partners. In Wario Land 4, Wario has his own princess in the end, albeit briefly, but she could have been a character. I know it's not the same type of character as Wario like Waluigi is, but we don't always have to be so formulaic, Nintendo. Even if that idea is a stretch, WarioWare has plenty of marketable characters. Imagine Jimmy P in a Mario Party game, or Mona Pizza. They seem like they have unique personalities. And who's the one that gets a line of plush toys? Waluigi. And who doesn't? Mona Pizza. It seems that those who work on the Wario games don't care to use Waluigi, and those who work on the Mario spin-offs think that Waluigi is Wario's true partner. Of course, it really doesn't help Waluigi's case that he's a creepy-looking guy. But really, if Waluigi was used in more games, such as the Wario games, I wouldn't have even thought about putting him on this list. But what do I know? He actually has a pretty strong fan base from what I've seen, so maybe he doesn't need the approval of some guy making a top 10 list on the internet to call himself necessary. Number 2 is Baby Rosalina. Now, I'm not going to give flack to baby characters just because they were included in games with their adult counterpart unexplained, even Baby Daisy. But Baby Rosalina has a few more problems. What do you think, Rosalina fan?
Oh, she's so little.
Right. And although Baby Rosalina is my number 2, AT from Software Agent Corp is going to talk once again on why Baby Rosalina would be his number 1.
My next pick for this top 10 unnecessary Mario characters list is Baby Rosalina from Mario Kart 8. Hopefully, this won't seem like a knee-jerk reaction because the game is still fairly new, but I was taken aback by her presence in Mario Kart 8. Now, there's been other Mario babies besides Baby Rosalina. Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Bowser, so why do I single out Baby Rosalina? Well, you see, the other babies I've mentioned were established parts of the Mario mythos. She was created simply for the sake of making Mario Kart 8's roster bigger. In terms of character design, Rosalina herself is just Peach with her hair down, but at least she had a role in Mario Galaxy's story. It's not like there was a demand to create a baby form of Rosalina either. At least with Toadette, you have a female partner for Toad. They could have put in any other female Mario character instead of giving us 2 Rosalinas. But nope. They had baby Rosalina in this game for no reason other than filler. And that's a waste. For that reason, she's the most unnecessary Mario character to me.
She's way too little to drive a car.
Yeah, not only is she illegally driving, but this may not even be the real baby Rosalina. Her, right here. According to the Super Mario Wiki, yes, I'm going off a wiki, but this is a good catch. In Rosalina's storybook in Super Mario Galaxy, which is the story of Rosalina's history, as a child, it shows she had reddish hair, which means this baby Rosalina is a fraud, since if Kid Rosalina had red hair, it would make more sense for baby Rosalina to match that hair color rather than that of the adult version. This fact was probably just overlooked though. Yeah, that's it. This is the nitpickiest of nitpicks. Anyway, now with baby Rosalina existing, is she gonna take over as the cutest Mario character? Adorable meter. How cute is baby Rose? What did you do to the semi-official adorable meter?
It's all baby Rosalina for how cute she is.
Well, let's go to number 1. There's one character left. A character so unneeded that it is actually multiple characters. A character so unneeded that I didn't even put the correct silhouette up when preparing this monologue. Seriously, get out of here, silhouette. You're not the right one. There we go. Number 1 is all the random playable humans from Mario Golf. This guy's name is Charlie. Bring in the rest of your friends. These guys took up 5 roster spots in that game. They also have names like Harry, Sunny, Plum, and Maple. You can guess who's who. Are you guys sure you weren't supposed to be in that other golf video game, Hot Shots Golf? The PlayStation's right over there. No? You're here for Mario? Great. The box for Mario Golf on the N64 says, "Tee up with Mario and his friends." His friends. Are these people Mario's friends when he's not working on mainstream video games? Does he hang out with Harry on the weekends? Did Mario invite them to this game thinking it wasn't going to be released to the public? With other characters created for sports games or Mario Party, they usually have some relation to the characters in the Mario universe, but these guys? Are they supposed to be like the Mii, only you can't customize them? These guys are just too generic to take up 5 spots. I think most people would have been fine with a smaller roster, since I don't know anybody would choose these generic humans over any Mario-related characters. Plus, they didn't even run out of characters to use. Toad wasn't even playable. Toad! At the end of the day, at least Metal Mario is still Mario. There are also characters like this in the Game Boy version. New random people like Putz, yeah, that's his name, or Joe. Who doesn't want to play a guy named Joe? I think that's all I really need to say. Sorry for lumping all the Mario humans together, but I don't think each one deserved an individual spot. I'll also give a shout out to the generic humans in one of the Mario Tennis games who are not boring solely because of this guy. I like his hair. His name is actually Harry. Either epic pun or coincidence. Anyway, thank you for watching. Let me know if there are any characters that you think are unneeded in the Mario franchise, or ones that I mentioned that deserve more credit. Also, shoutouts to AT and Sam at Software Agent Corp, who selected Slider Penguin and Baby Rosalina for this list, along with providing their own commentary and video footage during those parts. AT did the commentary and Sam captured the video game footage. They have a YouTube channel where they release video game content such as reviews on games both old and new, and other extras like video game glitches. You can click their logo right there to go to their channel, or if you want to go straight to a video, well, to keep with the Mario theme, here's a review they did on Mario Kart 8. And if you're new to my channel, to keep with the Nintendo theme, here's a list I did on funky looking Pokemon sprites from Red and Blue version. And here's a video on fighting game protagonists, since I didn't want that lower right hand corner to be empty. So click on any of the boxes if those topics interest you, unless annotations are turned off. Then the video would just pause in sadness. Of course you don't have to click. I know everyone has a busy day ahead of them or has to go to bed depending upon what time of day it is for you. Okay, this outro is getting really long. See you guys in the next video!
Bye!